We read Chicken. We didn't like it.
What, did we like either of these books?
I like this one.
It's okay.
It's different.
Yeah, but...
It's different, and that's enough for me.
You know, I've said books are different before, and you'd be like, no, they're dumb.
Yeah, but this is crazy different.
Yeah.
This is... No one could have picked what that book was about.
No, well, I knew just because I'd already been familiar with the TV episode, which honestly didn't help that much.
No.
But...
Spoilers.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome back to Viewer Beware. We're on the 10-book countdown now.
Mm-hmm. That feels fucking crazy to me to say that we're in the final stretch.
Yeah, I'm excited. I just don't have any energy right now. No. I'm just like, I gotta talk about the chicken book.
It's been pointed out to me that I've been the one who this whole time has been like, whoa, chicken. And I'm sure you'll play a little compilation now. And if you don't, you'll just seem lazy.
I don't want to seem lazy.
Here's your prompt for next time. This time it has to be a sequel to an existing one.
Oh, what about Chicken 2?
We'll get to it.
What if we do Chicken versus Duck?
But I'm still chasing that high. And I thought, something crazy, I say it every month, but these crazy, like, how are we going to make chickens scary?
Yeah.
It's those ones interest me the most, and I want slime to win me over.
It just makes them harder and harder to talk about, to find something worth talking about.
Hopefully we have something to say about Chicken.
Oh, fuck, please.
You got any books you're excited for in the back half?
On a Musk 2, Roosters 4, Chicken.
You don't really get romances in these books, and I get why.
Boys don't like girls. Girls are stinky.
Exactly. The closest you get, I think, is Cuckoo Clock of Doom.
Yeah, I guess. At least so far.
Yeah.
You never know. There could be a romance in Chicken.
I am waiting for, like, the one Goosebumps book that has aged really poorly. I've yet to get it.
Just you wait. Chicken's coming up quick.
We're going to do a ranking of the covers at the end of this series, because that's way more important than ranking these actual books.
This one would actually end up really high.
Yeah,
this is like a top 5.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I don't know about top 5, but it's top 10.
Well, look, Chicken gets number 1. So.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. We're getting to the point where there's just these books that have been lost to time, and we're hoping for some good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we get Chicken soon, so you know, bangers on the way. And then as soon as I read it, I was like, no.
It is exactly what you would expect it to be. So I don't know what the fuck you were hoping for.
I was hoping for a book that was Chicken, but was fun because it was like, what the fuck am I reading? Okay. Instead, it was just like, yep, that's a chicken.
Okay.
It's not really scary, but that's a chicken. That's pretty much what it was. And then this book was like, you look at the cover and you're expecting it to be like, oh no, there's a monster under your bed. Oh no, how are you going to deal with the monster under your bed? Which is already like a pretty common thing for kids.
Yeah.
But no, that's not what this book is. Nobody ever could have guessed what this book is. And then it's pretty fucking stupid the whole time because it's a weird fucking book. That's why the book's alright.
Okay.
It gets an alright pass.
Yeah, it's the least better than Chicken, which is probably going to be going near the bottom.
Yes. At this point of the game, an alright book, fuck, that's top 20.
Chicken. Hello. I'll get my main criticism out of the way first because it's something that's generally about the book. It's never explicitly stated, but it really does play into the trope of the Romani curse. You know what that is? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, if you're not familiar with...
Explain for the sake of the...
Yeah. If you're not familiar with the word Romani, there's a not-so-nice word they're called starting with G, and they're the people in the Hunchback of Notre Dame. So, you know, they're usually old crones, and you cross them, and then they give you a nasty old curse, and you got to break free from it. They're never called Romani or the G word in this book, but, like, that's exactly what this is. And that was a little off. And that's the main thing I have to say about Chicken, so now I need to describe the plot.
You didn't even mention the chickens.
The chickens. We'll get to the chickens. So we are following brother and sister, Crystal and Cole, alliterative and same letter as chicken. Isn't that delightful? So they live on a farm, and one of their duties is feeding the chickens, and they hate doing it. It's those dirty old gross chickens. It's the worst. And in this town, there's this old lady, Vanessa. She dresses all in black. Everyone hates her because they think she's weird. And then they run into some neighbor kids one day and they're like, we're going to pull a prank on Vanessa. We're going to fill a mailbox with water. You know, I'm just like, what is that? You just open
the worst prank ever. Oh no, we've destroyed all of her mail. There might have been something very important in there. We sure got her.
Yeah. I'm just picturing that episode of Seinfeld where like the guy, Jerry's mail gets mixed up and it's like the immigration papers, so the guy gets deported. Yeah, some stupid shit
I
like
don't think
that.
I've seen that one.
That's alright. So
And I also wasn't listening to you, so I'm pretending that I heard what you're talking about.
very good. You watch Seinfeld?
I want to say I watched like 2 or 3 seasons.
Oh, that's pretty good actually. I wasn't expecting that. So they do the prank, but when Vanessa comes out, she screams like, "Oh my god, you sons of bitches! You filled my mailbox with water!" But she only sees Crystal and Cole, so now they're freaking out. Vanessa's gonna put a curse on them or something.
Real quick, Vanessa.
Yeah, okay.
Epic Vanessa.
Yeah,
Epic.
yeah,
As you were.
okay.
One more time. Vanessa. Pretty cool. As you were.
I've got no energy for this. I'm sorry.
You embarrassed me in front of Vanessa.
You're embarrassing me in front of Chicken, alright? You let me talk about that stupid book. So the next day they're freaking out and then they get so caught up, they run into Vanessa again when she's going out for groceries and they knock all of her groceries over. And they don't help her pick it up and they start running away and she goes, chicken. And they're like, that's weird, what the fuck was that? And then the next day, there's choir practice on, and Cole's known for his beautiful singing voice. But instead of singing, he starts clucking, like violently so.
Like a chicken.
Yes. And like everyone's like, Cole, this isn't funny, you gotta stop clucking, and he won't stop clucking, and that's just how one of the chapters ends. And the choir teacher's hair is described as feathery. Very clever, Stein. Very clever. So the rest of the book is just them.
How did you remember that detail?
Because I thought it was stupid, and I made a note of it.
Yeah, okay.
And it's not even that she's described that way once. It comes up a couple of times in those chapters.
Right.
So the rest of the book is just them slowly turning into chickens. Cole's growing feathers, and Crystal is growing a beak.
Yeah, they've got to like wake up early before school to pluck all their feathers out.
Yeah.
But then like by the time we get to recess, the feathers start to grow back.
Yeah, they've got a big family dinner, and the parents just think they've got costumes or something, and they absolutely humiliate themselves when they start eating out of the chicken feed, and they're like, the parents are just so mad at them. So they get the idea, let's break into Vanessa's house, we'll find a reversal spell. So they find the book that turns humans into chickens, and there's like ingredients and incantations and whatever. Didn't see any of that when Vanessa did it, but that's fine. And it's like, okay, we'll just say it backwards. And I don't really go into the logistics of how they do that, but that's fine. And then they turn into giant chickens. Then I don't know what prompted it, but then they turn into little chickens.
You missed the part where they break into the house.
Yeah.
They steal the chicken book.
Yeah.
And they're like, great. With this, we can turn ourselves back into human. And then they hear something. It's like the cat's looking outside. And they run out of the house. They go back home. And they go, great, this is it. They open the book. And it's a chicken recipe book.
Oh, yeah.
And they've got to go back to the house. And then all this happens.
Yeah.
But there's a whole pointless, we need to leave and come back for a chicken recipe book gag.
I always wonder how he manages to write these books so long with such thin plots, and that's how he does it. Well done. But yeah, and then they turn into little chickens, and the cat's gonna eat them. And then Vanessa comes in and is like, oh, I got you, you're little chickens now. Don't you feel so stupid? I value manners so much, you see. My whole library is filled with books about manners. It's the most important thing in the world to me. So Crystal gets on a typewriter and she starts typing out, please, Vanessa, turn us back into humans. We're sorry we knocked over your groceries. We didn't fill your mailbox with water. We're sorry. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, your manners are just so good. I'll turn you back into humans. So she does that. And they bond over a nice glass of lemonade. And then Cole burps and they start laughing. And then Vanessa says, pig, pig. And there you go. That's chicken.
That really didn't take a lot of time to recap.
That might be the shortest summary we've ever done.
There's just nothing to this fucking book.
Not at all.
It's just the one thing. The whole fucking book. And then it ends on the dumbest fucking twist, like cliffhanger.
I really hated the one in Beware the Snowman, where the snowman wanted to go back down the mountain.
Oh,
So
it's not as good as you see that planet over there. It's
10 out of 10. Do you have anything more to say about this book?
I wrote that chapter 4 is the worst cliffhanger resolution ever.
Oh, we'll see, because it's tough competition. Alright, it was just when Cole was like freaking out Crystal with...
No, like the start of 4.
Oh, the start of 4. Yeah, there's a part where like Cole's like trying to trick Crystal into thinking Vanessa's getting the boat dressing up as her. I pulled open the fridge and I took out a bottle of iced tea. A second later, I opened my mouth in a loud scream of pain. Crystal, what happened? Cole came running into the kitchen. I shuddered in pain. Oh, what happened? He cried. I shook my hand, trying to shake away the throbbing. The fridge door, I managed to choke out. I slammed it on my hand.
Because it's like so pointless. It's like out of nowhere she starts screaming.
I'm just completely numb to that now, honestly. It happens in all of these.
It always happens, but at least sometimes there's something scary that happens. Not just, and then I started screaming for no reason.
Well, I'd scream too.
My notes, there's not a lot. I wrote that I'm really sick of that sibling relationship.
Yeah.
Of idiot younger brother and no fun older sister.
We got 53 books it took you.
It's just like, man. Yeah, I wrote that I was disappointed that it was exactly what you were expecting.
Yeah.
It is just chicken. And then my last note is that this whole book feels like Fly Away Bird. This feels like Fly Away Bird for a whole fucking book, which means it's not as fun because it's not one chapter of Fly Away Bird right at the end.
That's just what we call the book now, is it?
Yep.
Very cool.
Yep.
So they definitely made a TV adaptation for this one, didn't they?
No, they didn't actually. They said, fuck that book. They said, Stein, do better.
I also don't know how you would do a lot of the effects in this book.
It'd be ugly, cheap effects.
Yeah.
And it would not be worth the effort. It'd be a two-parter. It'd be dragged out. And it'd suck.
You have no hope for these, do you?
No.
It'll be a one-part and it'll do the best of what it's got, despite the source material.
It also won't be set on a farm.
Well, I mean, Scarecrow Walks at Midnight got to be set on a farm.
Was that a two-parter?
I don't remember.
I feel like it'd be easier for them because there's so many scenes of this set like in school. They just change it to being in a house.
Yeah, I guess so. You could have pet chickens in a house too.
Just they have chickens in the back of the house. And instead of it being, oh, we wanted you kids to grow up free on a farm the way that we wish we'd been grown up, it'll just be, oh, we like having free eggs. And then that'd be like, there's a secret to cracking an egg without crying, which I knew it.
There's a secret to making an omelette without breaking a few eggs.
Wish I knew it. I don't have anything else to say about Chicken.
Yeah, me neither.
It is just such a nothing book. And I really hate having to say there's nothing to say about these books. Especially one that we've been memeing up for so long.
Oh, let's not throw the we in.
We
Let's
both
not
of us
three in.
together, equal
No.
share.
I had my fun with, Why I'm Afraid of Bees. I didn't need another animal transformation book. Bees was peak. This is whatever the opposite, a trough. It
You
was a
laugh
trough.
every time, you smile every time.
Yeah, because I'm your friend and I support you.
You fucking... Don't fucking touch me. Cut the camera. So I forgot to refamiliarize myself with this book.
He's just going to read through it all over again, guys. Just give him a quick minute. You're reading it backwards,
It's manga. This book's okay. This is a different book. And you have 2 minutes to try and figure out what this book is about while Hadley and I vaguely give our thoughts about it. I'm picturing this as another case of Jared thinks the book is okay, but Hadley disagrees, and over the course of the conversation, Jared will agree with Hadley.
So my main issue with it is it's the opposite problem that I have a lot of Goosebumps books, where most Goosebumps books are really just so boring for most of the book, and then we get a fucking insane ending. Mm-hmm. This was insane for the whole book, and then it just kind of ends.
Yeah, I don't remember what the ending is, actually.
Well, there you go.
I've been trying to think about it this whole time, and it hasn't come back to me.
Hadley already won.
Yeah, but it's the journey, Hadley.
Yeah,
it's the journey.
I did like most of this book. It was fun. It was kind of aimless. Like, there wasn't really a direction.
But even that felt like part of it.
Yeah, I agree with that at least. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, the story resolves itself, and then, yep.
Yeah, we said off camera earlier, I said this book is fun because there are so few other books you can compare it to. And you were like, but what about Cuckoo Clock of Doom? And I was like, that's my point, Hadley, that's the only one.
Yeah. I prefer when it's done first, and Cuckoo Clock of Doom is on the board for a reason.
Yeah,
it's a solid book.
You're right, this book's not going on the board.
No, absolutely not.
But it's going much fucking higher than Chicken is.
Yeah.
So this book is about Matt.
What's his last name?
I can't remember.
It's a famous city.
Albuquerque.
It's European. It has a swear word in it. Amsterdam.
This book's about Matt Amsterdam, and he doesn't like his two older siblings. Stop if you heard this one before.
I actually don't think we get that sort of dynamic a lot in these Goosebumps books.
At least not for the protagonist.
Yeah,
usually the protagonist is the older one.
Yeah, like there's some... I'm thinking the Barking Ghost has an annoying older brother, and Seichi's and Dai also has an older sibling, but they don't really have a relationship in that.
No, yeah. They're kind of just there in the story, but yeah. And even then, as we will see, things will change in this book. So he's got two older siblings, he's got a mum, and he's the little guy in the house, and he's not happy about it. His bedroom is too cramped, his older siblings get to do everything, and his mum is just like too busy to really have a solution for him. And he's like, Mum, can't I just move my bedroom into the guest bedroom? Can't I just have that room because it's bigger? And Mum goes, no, sweetie, you can't do that, because what about when your grandparents visit? Or they can't both fit into your little room. And he's like, one, you admit that it's little. Two, but they only ever come here on Christmas. And Mum goes, no, Maddie, no. Sorry, buddy, not happening. And then that night, just to spite his mum, he's like, Mum, fuck you, dude. I'm fucking sleeping in that guest room. So he goes in there, he goes to sleep, and he wakes up. And somehow his two siblings are now younger than him, and he's in high school. He went to sleep as a 12-year-old, and he's woken up as a 16-year-old. And he's like, what the fucky is going on? This is crazy. And his parents aren't listening, his mom's not listening to him. She's just like, don't waste my time, you gotta go to school. We're gonna drop your siblings off, we've gotta go right now, okay? So they go in the car, and they go to the primary school, and the fucking kids get out, And Matt goes out with them. Mum's like, what are you doing? Get back in the car. You're in high school, man. He gets dropped off in high school. And he doesn't know what fucking classroom he's meant to be in. He doesn't know fucking, what is it, algebra they're learning. He's like, I'm so stupid, I can't do this.
You know there's no primary school in America, right?
I know.
Okay.
I know. I was making it easy for everybody else listening.
Yeah, we got other Australian viewers.
That's right. It's like how they film it in Canada, but it's still in America. And even though we're playing hockey, you know.
Okay.
I'm making it energetic because I'm gonna forget at some point. I'm gonna be stuck. I'm not gonna know what to say next.
Go.
And there's a girl. There's a new girl at the school that he's talking to. I can't remember her name. We're gonna say Abigail.
I want to say Tanya for some reason.
Please.
You just keep talking, man. I'll find it.
He doesn't get a chance to talk to her because there are these two school bullies that corner him in the hallway, and they're like, there he is. There's that motherfucker. Hey, Matt, we're gonna get you. And Lacey. And he's like, oh no, I just woke up in this reality. He doesn't know that he's hopping through realities at this point. Spoiler alert, every time he goes to sleep, he wakes up in a new reality. He's like, I don't know what I did to these guys. I need to get the hell out of here. He goes back home. His family is still weird. He goes to sleep and he wakes up in a new reality. And he's like, oh, I really hope that I'm back with my real family this time. And he hears these voices downstairs and he goes, oh, great. And he goes down there and he doesn't really recognize the voices the more he listens. And he goes down there and there's a mum and a dad, look nothing like his mum. And there's a dad, so crazy. And they're just like, good morning, son. Are you ready to go to school? And he's like, no, this is fucked. You're not my parents. Something happens. I forget what happens here. I've already hit the point where I've forgotten. I think he goes back to primary school. But it's not primary school because he's in America.
Middle school.
He goes to middle school. And he talks to Lacey again. And he's sitting down with Lacey. That's right. They were getting lunch together, and it was the lunchroom, and they just sat down somewhere, like at the back of the school somewhere. And the two fucking boys come back over, and they're like, we're gonna fucking get you, bro. And he fucking runs away again. And he goes back to sleep, and he wakes up in another reality. And I don't remember what the next reality is.
Is he a giant lizard monster?
We can't be at Lizard Monster already. I suppose that would be the... We'll jump to Lizard Monster reality. He wakes up as a giant lizard monster. He's like Godzilla. And he tries to talk to people to explain what's happening. But he's a giant lizard monster, so it comes out as... And he starts, like, destroying stuff because he's giant. And everybody's running away from him. And then Lacey runs up. And this Lacey, she shouldn't remember who he is because he's met her in 3 different realities now. But she's like, come.
This feels like a concept that was in the new series of Doctor Who.
Oh, you're kidding. Good start. So then he's like, oh my god, Lacey, I'm coming with you, but... So they run away into the woods somewhere. He somehow falls asleep again, and then he wakes up as himself, but he's like trapped in this like cabin. And Lacey's like, Matt, I'm so sorry. I had to do this to you. Boys, he's in here. In come the 2 bullies. And they're like, we told you we were going to get you, Matt. And he's like, oh no, Lacey's dobbed me into the bullies. And the boys go, we are reality police. And Lacey's one of us. And it's our job to make sure reality is kept safe. And you fell through a hole in reality. So every time you go to sleep, you jumble up reality again.
It's the TVA from Loki.
It's TVA. And they're like, basically, if you keep going like this, you're going to destroy reality. So we need a way to make sure that you never wake up again. And they've just got the fucking kill you drug. They've got the die, go sleep, never wake up drug. And they're just going to fucking... And Lacey's just like, I'm sorry, Maddie, but like... it's you die or reality dies, man. And Matt's just like, no, And he quickly tries to make himself fall asleep. He tries his hardest to fall asleep, and he does. and he wakes up as like a raccoon or something. And he breaks out of the fucking cabin and he's running around and he's like, I know what I'm going to do to make this work. I just need to sleep in my bedroom again. So he goes back to his house and his mum's there and his little sister's there, or big sister's there. And the mum's just like, don't let that fucking raccoon come into the house. We're not having it. And then the little sister's just like, oh, okay, mum, haha. I won't let this cute little animal come inside and be my pet in my room secretly forever. So as soon as mum has her back turned, she's like, come with me. And he gets locked inside her bedroom. And then eventually, again, he manages to slip his way out and he falls asleep in the tree. And then he wakes up as himself. But in this reality, he's not his mother's son. She don't recognize him. So he has to somehow sneak his way into the house and fall asleep in his bedroom. He does that. He wakes up. Everything's back to normal. Nothing else is happening. How does the book end?
That's it. Well, I think the mum's just like, you're going to be sleeping in the guest room from now on. I moved all of your stuff.
That is exactly what happens. He's like, it's like, everything's back to normal. Thank God. No reality police. No more anything. And mum says, I was really thinking hard about what you said, son. And I've decided that you're right. So I've moved all of your stuff into the guest room. And that's the end.
Yeah. You forgot to say what the names of the reality policemen were.
I can't remember.
Seriously.
No.
Bruce and Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's
stupid.
very stupid. That's why I forgot it. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
So the book's crazy, and me not remembering it shouldn't be held against the book. Because that was fucking crazy.
It's a fun concept.
I highly doubt we'll read another book like it.
No, well, we're at the end.
We are at the end.
It sucks when you're like, we're probably not getting another book on the board.
Yeah. Well, we've got one more Monster Blood.
No. The Monster Bloods have been diminishing in returns, to say the least.
We have Werewolf Skin.
We have Deep Trouble 2.
Yeah, that's two that I'm excited for.
Yeah.
And Monster Blood 4. I'm excited. They're mostly trash.
Yeah.
I'm still excited for it.
I'm excited for I Live in Your Basement just because if it's accurate to what I remember the book being when I read it as a kid, we're in for a trip.
God. Anything to say about this book, though?
I'll check my notes. Don't go talking about this book.
I really had to drag out that explanation. I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh yeah, so the first thing that I picked up on was like this guy fills his room full of nerd shit, so it's all cramped. It's like, okay, well we got Jared for a main character now. End of page 24. Let me see what that is. Oh, there's a chapter where he's an old man. That was funny.
I think right at the start, this is my only note that I'm going to read out. Right at the start, they're having an argument about how being a geek is better than being a nerd. No, shut up. You're a loser. I'm this. And all I was thinking about was the Rhett and Link geek versus nerd rap battle.
Oh yeah. So it's just a scene where he's in high school and the teacher's pressuring him into doing work, and it's like, why don't you tell us what this passage means? Means, I echoed. You mean, what does it mean? Like, he's trying to stall her with stupid bullshit. That was funny.
The book's full of, like, dumb stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because he has no idea what the fuck is happening to him, and he's just trying to get through it.
Yeah, that was all my notes.
It's a fun enough book. And the cover tells you nothing either. And, like, that makes it fun.
Yeah.
Although, it is a bit of wasted potential to not do a boogeyman underneath the bed. Which, it'd be boring, but, you know, that's what Goosebumps is.
Yeah, like, I guess How to Kill a Monster fills in that monster in the house sort of vibe anyway. That book wasn't very good either.
Yeah, but, you know, Stein could have just reused the fucking idea like he does every other idea.
Yeah. Like, we pointed both to these books. That was Cuckoo Clock a Doom. This is Why I'm Afraid of Bees.
Yeah. I guess we talk about the TV adaptation and wrap this fucker up.
Okay.
How come Greg gets to go and I don't?
Alright.
Where do we even begin?
It's basically the same thing, but it's entirely different.
Let's talk about the Goosebumps episode that was a completely original story that just happened to share the name Don't Go to Sleep.
Yeah, it's like... So it's in the attic this time.
What's weird about the attic is, like, it looks spooky. It's dark. There's a mannequin that freaks out the main character. And, like, we're supposed to be sold on the idea that the kid wants to sleep in the attic, and we never get to see his bedroom. So the visual storytelling's just all over the place.
So what happens after that? He goes to sleep in the attic, and then we see him instantly fall through the time portal. So there's like not time portal, the hole in reality.
Yeah.
And there's no mystery about what's happening. You know, it's like, oh fuck. And then he wakes up, and he's like he's like the #1 hockey player.
He's endorsing cereal.
It's like he's fucking he's the man. He's the one with the phone now. It's not his sister. His brother's like, wow, yeah, man, you're really cool, bro. And he's just like, I'm a little guy, man. And then the hockey game was like horrifying.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was funny.
It was just a bunch of adults beating up this little kid. And the coach was just screaming at him the whole time, and you couldn't hear a word of what he was saying. He just sounded like Boomhauer.
Guy out there, I'll tell you something. $10 million and all of a sudden, I see you guys out there, you'll be sent down to the minors.
And the way it was shot with like the spotlight on it,
Yeah.
it's so dark.
It almost looked like a soundstage, but like you look at the backgrounds of it, it probably was actually a hockey rink.
Single best shot we've had in any Goosebumps episode is in that scene. So not the time police, the reality police in this one, the Men in Black. It's just Men in Black, somebody's getting sued.
Reality. Nothing so strange as fiction. That's reality. Agents on the job.
What is this song?
Life is on the road. That's reality.
Oh my god. So they're adults, they're not like the kids. And for some reason, they're just like the hockey players. It's like they're taunting this kid. So as he's trying to leave, like get to the exit and get the fuck out of here, you've just got the Men in Black like slowly skating towards him. Like so fucking menacing and such a good shot. It actually looks fucking great.
It's a metaphor for coming out of the womb.
Andy, what the fuck? Where does he go to next? He's running through the door, and he doesn't have to go to sleep in this one. He's just constantly getting fucking pulled back and forth. So he goes through the door, and then it's like he sits up, and he's in an operating room, and he's a top surgeon. He's the top brain surgeon.
I thought you were going to say he was like, female to male top surgeon.
He's the top surgeon in the world for brain surgery.
Can't unhear it now, I'm sorry.
He's the bottom surgeon in the world. And they're just like, Matt, quick, come quick, doctor. The president is ready for you. The president? Yeah, we've prepped him and everything. All you've got to do is operate on the superfine, even the smallest thing would fucking paralyze and murder the president. And this kid's just like, ah! You leave Carl Gass alone.
How did Carl Gass become the president, huh?
After
Let's
Trump
see
got
how he likes
assassinated.
it.
All that violence he was inciting. And then the fucking reality police are there. He's got to run again. And then where does he go?
Bomb defusal.
Bomb defusal. He's in like the fucking boiler room from Nightmare on Elm Street. And they're like, oh, thank God you're here, Mr. Expert Man. You've got 26 seconds until the bomb goes off. Which wire is it? This kid's like...
You're a funny man. We got 5 seconds on the clock left and you're making jokes.
You must be pretty confident you can tell us which wire it is in the next 3 seconds. So that was funny. And the bomb goes off and he jumps out of the way again. And there's one more reality that he goes to. And I can't remember what it was.
Wedding.
The wedding. He's getting married. And then his wife is like, I can't believe you kept me waiting. And
She's fat. She's missing a tooth.
wow, it's the worst wedding ever. And the police are there and they're like...
They're the best men, I guess.
Yeah. And they're just like... Because they're from the start of the scene.
Yeah.
They're just standing there already. They didn't have to chase him. So I'm saying, they're taunting this kid.
Yeah. You just dabble in a little reality messing. Why are you taunting him for, huh?
It's already falling apart. It's a little bit of fun, you know?
Yeah.
So they fucking grab him and they're just like, you're coming with us, bucko. And then he goes to the court.
The Supreme Court of
Unified
Universe?
Unified Universes?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and the judge is like really mean. It's always telling him to shut up.
The actors are overacting, the camera's overacting. There's a lot of fisheye lenses in this episode. Holy shit.
The scene right before it, when the men in black send him into the court, the camera refuses to stay still. It's always like, oh man, you've got the footage to show. But yeah, then the court's just like guilty, and he's like, "What? You're guilty." And then he wakes up. He just wakes up back in his bedroom in the attic, and Mum's there, and Mum's like, "Oh, why don't you come downstairs?" And then he goes back up to the attic after having a heart-to-heart with his mum to get his stuff. And then the reality police are there again. And they're like, oh no, we're just getting started. And then the attic closes. And you see the time portal rally hole thing happen again. And then the credits roll. Whoa.
Again, it's a story with a difficult way to have an ending for, unfortunately.
It's probably one of the better episodes of the show, though. Again, by virtue of it just being fucking insane.
It's fun. I wouldn't call it well made.
God, no. But it's fucking crazy.
If you want fun and well made, check out Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get over that one. That was so fucking stupid.
It's the ending. It's the ending.
Well, it's the drill sergeant in the fucking house shaped like the Pentagon. It's not just the ending.
Yeah, this one was okay.
Yeah.
I can't say it's what I would have done when making this adaptation, but I'm glad that somebody did it.
Yeah, like, I think it's just easier to make something like this. Like, you're not having them turn into animals or anything. It's just the same actor the whole time. Even Cougar Clock and Doom changed actors.
Mm. That was it.
I guess we gotta rank the books now.
We don't need to get the board.
Let's get the board anyway, just for old time's sake, huh?
Oh, what the heck? We could have a little bit of board. Oh my goodness.
Oh god. He's a child.
But ready? It'll be the Man in Black.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Isn't all of that supposed to go
Ready? The
fast?
bride will be the album. Ready? Please. Okay. Would you like to go first?
I got nothing. I'm not even consulting the ranking.
You have no clue? I looked at the ranking for Chicken.
Yeah? It's
Now,
very close to the bottom for me.
it is very close to the bottom. The question is, do you prefer Ghost Camp?
What's below Ghost Camp?
Egg Monsters from Mars, Go Eat Worms, Bad Hair Day, My Hairiest Adventure, Barking Ghost, Werewolf of Fever Swamp, It Came From Beneath the Sink, and Welcome to Camp
I
Nightmare.
think you're putting it way too high.
You're kidding me.
I would put it above Werewolf of Fever Swamp.
I'm actually not going to argue with you as a fucking chicken.
Because it's like, I don't know, fucking Ghost had fucking body swapping trees.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a
Alright,
weird
he's
idea.
in the bin. Now, don't go to sleep.
Yep.
Is it better than Return of the Mummy?
Yes.
Yes. Is it better than A Shocker on Shock Street?
Ooh.
This is where I was stuck.
Oh, 'cause Shocker on Shock Street has that robot ending. That is kind of fun.
I feel like when it comes to these rankings, we're not including the TV adaptation.
No.
Which means this book doesn't look as good.
Yeah, okay, put a Shocker on Shock Street above.
But that also means Shock on Shock Street doesn't look as good either. The TV adaptation was really good.
Was it?
So, it had like the robots fighting back against the creator in the end.
Yeah, that's just one thing.
That one thing went a long way in my mind. It was something.
Alright.
Alright, but we'll put this there. Don't go to sleep. Oh, that's so naughty. Ready?
Chuck it in. Alright. Next month.
Next month, we have...
The Blob That Ate Everyone.
And Curse of Camp Cold Lake. No, it's
Yeah.
not a camp. It's a camp. Is it a camp?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely, I'm pretty sure. I asked him to check. He doesn't remember.
It is a camp. The Curse of Camp Cold Lake.
Yeah.
That means I'm fucking happy because I like my camp books.
It's got Friday the 13th vibes, this
It
one.
does. It's got a very good cover.
Yeah, it's a fantastic cover.
And I'm excited for a children's version of the Blob.
Yes. I think Curse of Camp Cold Lake, it's another ghost book. I think we've still got 3 left to read.
There's going to be a couple.
Which is rough.
And
We've got 8 books left and nearly half of them are ghost books. That is awful.
And knowing our luck, one of the books that you wouldn't think have anything to do with ghosts, Werewolf Skin will somehow be a fucking ghost book.
Deep Trouble 2 is gonna be like Haunted Pirate Treasure or something.
Yeah. Fucking
Something stupid.
God. But we're getting there. What's that? 4 videos left?
Yeah, not including we're doing a finale, guys. We're not sure how that's gonna work logistically just yet.
We're taking some time off. We're gonna have 3 months off.
Yeah.
And then we've got... Is it 4 videos or 3 videos?
I think it's 3 at this point.
We have some bonus videos. And even when we finish reading this fucking series, we're not done reading Goosebumps because we've got some special videos.
Yeah, we do.
Some special books to read because we hate ourselves. But we're getting there. It feels crazy to say we're in the final stretch.
Yeah, there we are.
We're almost done.
Yeah.
And then we can finally stop this after being held at gunpoint by each other for so long to do this.
It's mostly been me holding you gunpoint, especially like end of last year, start of this year.
I hit that point where you just could not pay me to read a book. I was just like, I'm not fucking doing it. I can't do it. Yeah, that was great. That's not going to happen again because I've got that energy thinking, oh, this is almost done. I'm almost out. I can finish this. I can be free. God. So we'll see you next month.
We can't just do the gag of us just sitting perfectly still again.
Have we already done that?
Yeah, we did it last month.
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't remember these things.
Okay. I'm just gonna put my head in the bin.